kind of pretending it didn't happen and telling us little jokes. But we are interested in why it happened and in its effects, and for that reason we're grateful to be joined right now by Nathan Izotic. He is a resident of East Palestine. He lives just 2 miles from where it happened, and he joins us now with his wife, Kelly. Thank you both so much for joining us. Are you concerned about being there right now?
Yes, we are.
Very.
Very. I bet you are. Are you seeing effects? I mean, it seems from our perspective, hundreds of miles away, like there are dangerous chemicals in your town. Are you seeing the effects of that?
We are seeing them locally inside of our bodies, what we're experiencing. Local fish in our creeks have died. Oily sheens and coloration in our water. Constant smell of burning plastics and chemicals in the air. Issues with our dog, vomiting, acting lethargic. It's scary stuff here, Tucker.
Well, it's horrifying. It's horrifying. It's a nightmare. And again, if that had happened in Washington, D.C., no one would be living there right now. Is there any federal presence? Are you getting the sense that anybody to whom you send your tax dollars every year cares about what happens to you?
At this moment, unfortunately not.
No. So there are no EPA officials in hazmat suits, no one from the Department of Transportation's walking around trying to figure out how this happened, how to prevent it again, that you have seen?
Nobody's knocking on our door.
How many of your neighbors are still there?
Our neighbor across the street and our next door neighbor, they came back on this past Saturday as well when we returned back home. And that was days after when they said it was safe to return, and we still didn't feel comfortable. And as soon as we got into the Ohio line, we immediately smelled the chemicals yet again. And since then, I now have the chemical burns and reaction rash on my face, and my throat is getting irritated again, and feeling very uneasy, very uneasy.
Man, I'm so sorry. And I'm just assuming, looking at the numbers, I've never been to East Palestine, but it looks like a lot of people there probably don't have anywhere else to go.
That's just the thing. We actually just moved here last May and got a nice 14-acre property, a place to kind of call our final home, and we're outskirts of the town where the incident happened, but in town, I mean, it's a very small-knit area, and a lot of them are lower class and low income, and fortunately, we had a place to go on Sunday whenever we got the 2-mile evacuation order, but a lot of those families unfortunately didn't, and this should have happened on Friday, when
the initial crash
when it initially happened, and the chemicals were, for whatever reason, not released or known. And in my opinion, and in my industry, there's a paper trail with anything, especially when it comes to rail cars. There are SDSs, there are manifests, and even if they didn't know, benefit of the doubt, what happened then, it's a simple call to the producer, and they can have it to you in minutes. So there's a lot of fishy stuff going on. Yeah.
They know what's in their rail cars. Of course they do. Nathan Kelly, thank you for joining us, and Godspeed in East Palestine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.